In the last video, we discussed the basic rules of changing narration. We discussed it in detail, and still some points are remaining that we will again discuss when we practice different types of sentences and different types of tenses. Today, let us refresh the knowledge that we got in the last video. And one important point that I want to mention here is that in the last video, towards the end, somewhere I used the word voice, where actually I should have used the word narration. I am sure you'll be able to get it. So let us remember these important points. Inverted commas in direct narration, no inverted commas in indirect narration. This is what we discussed yesterday. In direct narration, there will be inverted commas, and if inverted comma begins somewhere, it should end somewhere else. This is very important. But in indirect narration, there should not be any inverted commas. This is one important point. Second important point is that indirect narration has only full stop. Yes, in direct narration, you may have within the inverted commas full stop, question mark, or mark of exclamation, depending on what type of sentence it is. But in indirect narration, since we write all the sentences in assertive form, we put only full stop at the end, nothing else. Remember this thing. Indirect narration has only full stop. The third important point is tense and time phrase will change only if the reporting verb is in the past tense. This is very important. This we will discuss today. Today we will discuss how to change sentences, how to change narration of sentences in assertive form. Those sentences which are in assertive, how their narration is changed, this we will discuss today. And this point is very important for all types of sentences. The tense and time phrase. Time phrase, those words which refer to time. Now, yesterday, today, etc. Tense and time, these will be changed only if the reporting verb is in the past tense. Another important point is that we discussed that there are 4 changes we make when we change narration. The most important change is the change of punctuation marks. Without changing punctuation mark, you cannot change narration. Other changes, they depend. Sometimes maybe tense should be changed, sometimes tense should not be changed, sometimes time phrase is there, you have to change it, sometimes pronoun is changed, sometimes no need to change. But so far as the punctuation mark is concerned, it has to be changed. This is the only change that is mandatory, that you must do in whatever type of sentence you do. This is very important, you remember this. And so far as the change of tense and time phrase is concerned, it will be changed only if the reporting verb is in the past tense. We will discuss these things again when we find the sentences. So these are the basic things, the knowledge of which we have refreshed now. And now we will start practicing assertive sentences. Here are 2 important sentences, very interesting sentences. He says, I am ill today. Then he said, I am ill today. These 2 sentences are the same, except that here it is says and it is said. And this is called reporting verb. We discussed earlier that outside the quotation there is a subject and there is a verb. He is the subject, says is the verb. This verb outside the quotation is called reporting verb. And a lot depends on this. If this is in the past tense, then only the tense and the time phrase of reported speech will be changed. But see here in number 1, the reporting verb is not in the past tense, it is in present tense. Since it is not in the past tense, when we change this narration, we will make all changes that is necessary, but the change of tense will not be there. We will not make any change in the tense. Why? Because the reporting verb is not in the past tense. So when we do this, it will be he says that. That is a new thing. That is the connector. That will come between the quotation and the reporting verb. After you write the reporting verb says, that will come. This happens in case of assertive sentences. He says that now we need to change. Firstly, quotation will be removed. There will be no quotation in indirect narration. We will not write this thing. I, the pronoun, change of pronoun is important. I told you that time this is the first person word, and in place of first person word, what we do is that we remove this, and in place of this we write the subject to the reporting verb. He is the subject to the reporting verb, so he will be there in place of I. He, since M was there with I, With he it will be is. We are not changing tense. If we change the tense, was, is would have become was. We have kept the same, we have maintained the same tense. Only I have am. I am, we all know, but with he, the be verb is. So he says that he is ill, and this today in the time phrase, there will be no change in time phrase also. Because I told you earlier that only if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then only tense will be changed, then only the time phrase will be changed. Since the reporting verb here is not in the past tense is the same, time phrase is the same, there is no change. Now come to the second one. He said, the same thing, it is almost same. He said, I am ill today. Here you will write, he said that I will become he. Here you will not write is. In number one, he is, there is no change of tense. Here we will make change of tense also because the reporting verb is in the past tense. So he was ill. And then today will become that day. These two sentences are very important for you to remember this basic thing, that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then only tense and time phrase of the reported speech will be changed. If the reporting verb is not in the past tense, there will be no change of tense or time phrase. However, the change of pronoun is there. I is changed into he. Here also I is changed into he. Here he is. I am, same tense, because reporting verb is not in the past. Here I am, but he was, tense is changed. Today is changed into that day because the reporting verb is in the past tense. So what we have learned from these two sentences is that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then only the tense and the time phrase of the reported speech will be changed. Now the next sentence you will find very interesting thing. In number 3, what we will find is that even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, still the tense may not be changed. See this sentence. He said, let us make this a bit changed. Tom said, we visit church every Sunday. Tom said, here reporting verb is in the past tense. Although reporting verb is in the past tense, we cannot be sure that the tense of the reported speech will be changed. Why? Because we visit church every Sunday. This sentence tells us about a habit that on a weekly basis, Tom and other people, members of his family, they go to the church. Every Sunday they do something. If you do something every Sunday, it is your habit. So this sentence is a habitual action. This sentence tells us something habitual. We visit church every Sunday. When you have a habitual action, then even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, still the reported speech will not have change in its tense. So we will write, Tom said that. This we, first person, it will be changed into the subject to the reporting verb Tom. But since we is in the plural number, in place of Tom, we are not to write Tom because Tom is already used. We should not repeat the proper noun. Tom, in place of Tom, we should write he. But since this is we, plural, so he will become plural, they. Tom said that they, and this will remain visit, not visited. Tom said that they visit church every Sunday. What we have learned from this is that earlier we got that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the reported speech will be changed. Here we have found that even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, tense will not be changed if the statement is a habitual action. Another example of this type, let us see. This will be number 4. The teacher said, ice floats on water. Ice floats on water is a universal truth. That is something true everywhere. In this case again, even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, there will be no change of tense. The tense will remain same. Why? Because the statement is a universal truth. The teacher said that ice, it will remain floats, not floated, floats on water. So what we have seen here is that reporting verb is in the past tense, still there is no change of tense because the statement is a universal truth. In number 3 we found reporting verb is in the past tense, still there is no change of tense because the statement is a habitual action. Let us see another sentence that is of a different type. Again, the same rule will apply. See, he said, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. Here again the reporting verb is in the past, but the tense of the reported speech will not be changed. Why? Because this statement is a proverb. So we will write, he said that honesty is will remain is, we will not make it was, honesty is the best policy. From these 5 sentences, what we have learned is that first thing is the very thing that we discussed in the first video, that only if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then only the tense and time phrase of the reported speech will be changed. If the reporting verb is in the present tense, there will be no change of tense of the reported speech. But in the last 3 sentences, we have got that even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, still there will be no change of tense of the reported speech if the reported speech is a habitual action, or if it is a universal truth, or if it is a proverb. In these cases, in spite of the reporting verb being in the past, there will be no change in the tense of the reported speech. These are very, very important things you have to remember. And then we will continue doing sentences of more sentences in the assertive form. Okay. The next sentence that comes is number 6 is Geeta said, I am reading a book. Reporting verb is in the past tense and we will follow the normal rule. Since reporting verb is in the past tense, we will make change of tense here because I am reading a book is not a habitual action. She was reading at that time. It is not a habitual action. It is not a universal truth. It is not a proverb. So Geeta said that this I, first person will be changed into the subject of the reporting verb, that is Geeta. But Geeta we already have written once. We should not repeat Geeta. Proper noun should not be repeated. So Geeta said that in place of Geeta we will now write she. We will change tense also. This is I am reading, present continuous tense. It will be changed into past continuous tense. So she, in past continuous tense, it will be was. She was reading a book. Geeta said, I am reading a book. Geeta said that she was reading a book. Quotation is there in the direct narration. There is no quotation in the indirect narration. Remember this thing. And one very important thing is that you have to know tense very well. If you have any kind of confusion, any difficulty in tense, learn this very well. Because without your very good knowledge of tense, you cannot change narration. Coming to the next one, I said I bought it yesterday. That is very interesting because I is the subject of the reporting verb. I is again the subject of the reported speech. What we find within inverted commas, that is called reported speech. So I bought it yesterday is the reported speech here. I am reading a book in number 6, that is the reported speech. So here I said, there will be no change here as usual. I said that. Now firstly pronoun should be changed. I is first person. In place of first person, what we do is that the subject of the reporting verb is used. Here, interestingly, it is the same I, so it will be I. Those people who say if it is I, it will be he, for them, this is really a shocking news because I is not always changed into he or she. I may be changed, may not be changed. The formula is that if it is first person, in its place, the subject of the reporting verb will be used. Since here, The subject of the reported speech is I. Again, subject of the reporting verb is also I. I will remain I. I said that I bought, simple past tense. And we got yesterday that simple past tense becomes past perfect tense. So I bought a simple past. Its past perfect will be I had bought. I said that I had bought it. It, that is called a demonstrative pronoun. It. And it also is an introductory. When you say it is raining, it is raining it. And when I say it is my chalk, this I and it is raining, that I, they are different. In place of introductory it is raining, there will be no change in narration. But when you refer to something and you say I mean this, it or this it will be changed. So I said that I had bought that, it will become that. Yesterday will become the day before or the previous day. I said I bought it yesterday. I said that I had bought that the day before, or I had bought that the previous day. These two are as per the rule, and these you can write down in your notebooks. You think on them a lot, and then if you have any query, you can ask me in the comment box. And the next number will be number 8. He said, I have finished my work. I have finished my work. Present perfect tense, and present perfect tense is changed into past perfect tense. Earlier we got simple past tense also is changed into past perfect tense. The previous sentence was like that. He said, I have finished my work. He said that I, first person, will be changed into subject to the reporting verb. He. I have finished, present perfect tense. Past perfect will be he had finished. That he had finished. This my is also a pronoun. It is the possessive form of I, and my, since it is a first person word, it will be also changed into this he. So he will become his here, because my, it is not I, it is the possessive form of I. So the possessive form of he will be used. The possessive form of he is his. He said that he had finished his work. He said, I have finished my work. He said that he had finished his work. Number 9 is, the boy said to me, I was ill last night. Here we have got something new for the first time. To me was never used earlier. In all the 8 sentences that we have done, to me was not there. And this is reporting verb. The boy is the subject to the reporting verb, and me is the object. The boy said, to whom did he say? To me. Me is the object. This we have got for the first time. The boy said to me, I was ill last night. What will it be? The boy. Here you have the choice. Either you can say the boy said to me, as it is, or in case of said you can use told. But if you use told, you are not to write to. The boy told me. I suggest that you better write told. Remove to. That is what examiners will love to get from you. So better to please your examiners. So the boy told me. Instead of said to me, better to write, the boy told me. Then the word that will be there. The boy told me that I is the first person word. It will be changed into the subject of the reporting verb, the boy. We have already used the word, the phrase boy, the boy. We will not repeat it. Instead of the boy, we will write he. The boy told me that he. Now the question is, I was ill last night. What tense is it? I was ill. Was is the main verb here. It is not auxiliary. If was had been auxiliary, there would have been verb ing also. I was writing, I was sleeping, but there is no other verb at all. So was is the main verb. I am, I was. I am is simple present tense. I was is simple past tense. I was is simple past tense. So in direct narration it is simple past. In indirect narration it will become past perfect. Like the one we have done here. Present perfect is changed into past perfect. Earlier we got simple past changed into past perfect. Here I was simple past will be changed into past perfect. So the boy told me that he, in past perfect the form of the verb is first had. He had. Then the past participle of the main verb. The main verb is be. Was is the past form of be. Be is the is its base form. So the past participle form of be is been. He had been ill. Last night will become the previous night. The previous night. The boy said, I was ill last night. The boy said that he had been ill the previous night. I was ill, simple past. He had been ill, past perfect. Time phrase is last night. It is changed into the previous night. Why have we changed this time phrase and the tense? Because the reporting verb is in the past tense. So the next number is number 10. Here we have, he said, I shall post the letter tomorrow. He said, I shall post the letter tomorrow. Its answer will be indirect narration. He said that I, reporting verb, first person, in his place he will be used. He said that I shall post. In the first video I told you that shall and will both are changed into would. I shall post, shall will be changed into would, nothing else. Only shall will be changed into would, post will remain post. He said that he would post. The letter. Then there is the time phrase, tomorrow will become the next day. The boy said, I shall post the letter tomorrow. The boy said that he would post the letter the next day. These were the 10 sentences that we have changed in assertive sentences. All these were, the reported speech were in assertive form, and we have changed from direct narration to indirect narration. What we have found is that if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then only the tense and the time phrase of the reported speech will be changed. We have also found that even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, still there will be no change of tense if the reported speech is a universal truth or a habitual action or a proverb. And then accordingly we have done these 10 sentences, we have changed all these from direct to indirect. Now in examinations you will also find some sentences given in indirect narration. You have to change it into direct narration. This is what we will now discuss. So from number 11 onwards we will discuss how we change the narration or in the indirect narration into direct narration. Number 11, my mother said that she was ill that day. This is in indirect narration, there is no quotation anywhere. We have to start quotation and then at the end we have to unquote also, remember these things. So we will start with my mother said. And this that will be removed because we have got it that we took this that as a connector between reporting verb and the reported speech. Now we are writing, we are changing into direct narration. That will be removed. My mother said, comma, start quotation. That is very important. Start quotation. Now you see this she. What will she become? She has its similarity with my mother. My mother and she. Both are third person singular. Both are third person singular feminine gender. So she here stands for my mother. This means that here this is the same, this she is the same as the subject to the reporting verb. This means in direct narration, this was I. When we have I in direct narration, you change it and in its place you write the subject to the reporting verb. So we have got subject to the reporting verb, my mother, and she is similar to my mother. So in place of she, we will write I. My mother said she was ill. She was ill that day. Simple past tense. If it is simple past tense in indirect narration, in direct narration it was simple present tense. So I am. It was I am, and when it was changed into indirect, it became she was. Now from she was, we have made it I am. Ill, and that day will become today. Give a full stop. Full stop is very important. Don't think it is something very ordinary. It is extraordinary. It is very powerful. Full stop. Then you unquote. You give quotation again. Quotation and again quotation. Within this quotation, reported speech is there. My mother said that she was ill that day. My mother said, I am ill today. Coming to the next one, Pranita said that she had met Tina at the railway station the day before. This is very long. Don't be afraid of this long sentence. Let us start this one then. Pranita said. Give a comma, start quotation. No need to write that because that is used to make it indirect. Pranita said. This she is nothing but Pranita. Pranita was talking about herself. It will be I. She had met. Had met is past perfect tense in indirect narration, and if it is past perfect tense in indirect narration it is either present perfect tense or simple past tense. Yes, we have got it earlier when we in the first video we discussed the formula. We found that if it is present perfect tense in direct narration, in the indirect narration it becomes past perfect. Again, if it is simple past in direct narration, it becomes past perfect in indirect narration. Now we have got past perfect in indirect narration. This means in direct narration it was either present perfect or simple past. Sometimes you have the freedom. You can change it into either present perfect or simple past, but not always. Here you don't have the freedom that I can change it into either present perfect or simple past. Why don't you have the freedom? Because the time phrase is given the day before. The day before is used in indirect narration. This means in direct narration you will write it as yesterday, and when yesterday is there, it must be simple past tense. In case of yesterday, it cannot be present perfect. So, although since it is past perfect in indirect narration, you have the freedom to choose between present perfect and simple past. But because of this, the day before, which you will change into yesterday, you have no choice. Only one thing, simple past it must be. So, that she had met will become I met. I met Tina at the railway station. At the railway station yesterday. Full stop, unquote. Pranita said that she had met Tina at the railway station the day before. This is indirect narration. Direct narration is Pranita said, I met Tina at the railway station yesterday. Okay? So these two we have done from indirect to direct. We will continue this. The next number is number 13. Number 13 is the teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. The teacher said, we will start with the teacher said, then that will be removed, we will give comma, we will start quotation. Then see, said is in past, reporting verb is in past, still that part it is in simple present tense, the earth moves, because earlier we got it that even if the reporting verb is in the past tense, if the statement is a universal truth, tense will not be changed. So tense was not changed in indirect narration. The same is the case now also, it will remain the same. The teacher said the earth moves around the sun. Full stop, unquote. That is very important. Coming to the next one, Ram said that his mother had been suffering from fever. Ram said, comma quotation, that will be removed. Now his mother. Ram said that his mother. This his, Ram was speaking about his mother. So when he spoke, he said my mother. It will be my mother. Had been suffering. Had been suffering, this is past perfect continuous. Past perfect continuous in indirect narration. This means in direct narration it will be present perfect continuous tense. So, or it may be past continuous also. Let us make it present perfect continuous. Ram said, my mother has been suffering from fever. Ram said that his mother had been suffering from fever. That is indirect narration. And direct narration is Ram said, my mother has been suffering from fever. These 5 sentences, in these 5 sentences you have got it that from indirect narration we have changed it into direct narration. We will make another sentence of this type and then I will give you some homework. Let us see the next sentence, number 15. He said that he would meet me the next day. He said that he would meet me the next day. We will start with he said, then comma, then quotation. That will be removed. He, this he is common, it means it was I. He would meet, I shall meet. I shall meet. He would meet me. He said, when he said I will meet, that he would meet me, it means he was talking to me and he used me as you. So, I shall meet you tomorrow. The next day will become tomorrow. He said that he would meet me the next day. Indirect narration. Direct narration is he said I shall meet you tomorrow. So these were the sentences in assertive form where we have done from direct to indirect and again from indirect to direct. And now I will give you some homework that you will practice at home, and in the next video, before we start the next type of sentence, we will discuss those sentences first. So the next comes the homework. I am giving you only 5 sentences as your homework. You do them, and in the next video, before we start the next type of sentences, we will discuss on these. He said that he was ill. Number 2, the teacher said, I shall teach you a new lesson today. Number 3, Rumi said, I can do this sum. Number 4, my friend said that he was going to market. And number 5 is, Mukesh says, I want to drive a car. These 5 sentences, I don't think it will be that much difficult for you. Watch the video. If you watch it and it does not work, you can watch it more than once. And then you do these 5 sentences, and in the coming video we will meet again and we will first discuss these answers and then we will go for another type of sentences to change narration. I hope we will meet you soon. Thank you very much for being with me.